Hey guys, this is Mr. Oxy coming at you from West Palm Beach, Florida. It is Wednesday, it is December the 30th, and what we're going to do in this video is look at the 10 largest oil companies on the planet. And of course, I had to use a consistent set of criteria in order to arrive at that conclusion. And what we are using is revenue for trailing 12 months backdated to September 30th. So stick with me here and let's take a look at the 10 largest companies on the planet. And then afterwards, let me know in the comment section if you're invested in any of these, why, and perhaps why any of us should take a look at any of the companies that you're invested in. So I look forward to some robust discussion on this one. Of course, because I'm talking about the 10 largest companies on the planet based on revenue, Occidental is not going to make the top 10. But anyway, I'm still Mr. Oxy, and I'm still here in case you want to discuss anything about Occidental. And I look forward to your comments as it relates to this particular section. So stick with me. Here we go.
This is what you came for. Oh, this is what you came for. I'm over. This is what you came for. I'm over. This is me. She said, I'm ready. So come and get me. I'm over here. I'm over here.
All right, guys, this is Mr. Oxy looking at the top 10 global oil companies, the largest oil companies on the planet. On Wednesday, December the 30th, coming at you live from Florida. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I really need you to click that subscribe button. It's not over here. It's at the bottom of your video. So please take a minute or so just to click on that button and join our community of like-minded investors. What I decided to do today was look at the 10 largest oil companies on the planet. As I mentioned a minute ago, these are companies that feed billions of barrels of energy daily to thirsty economies and thirsty customers. Of course, we all know that 2020 has been extremely volatile, mainly because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Other companies like Oxy got themselves into a bit of bother as a result of an ill-timed acquisition. And yet others probably just made some mistakes along the way. But overall, it's been a very volatile period during 2020, and most of the energy companies are undervalued. What I did to do for this particular video was rank the 10 largest publicly traded oil companies based on a trailing 12 months of revenue. TTM is trailing 12 months of revenue. My data is from Y charts. And in order to ensure that I use the same consistent set of criteria for every single company, I'm using the Y charts data as of the end of September 2020. So we're a little bit out of date, a few days behind, but I wanted to use a consistent set of criteria for every one of the top 10 companies. The first one, coming in at number 10, is Russian oil giant Lukoil. This Russian company is involved in exploration, production, refining, transportation, and marketing, and they have an extensive pipeline system. They tracked revenue or logged revenue for the trailing 12 months of almost $100 billion, and they have a market cap of only $40 billion. That gives them a price to sales ratio, so the price divided by sales, so price is basically the market cap, and the sales is basically revenue. So if you use PS, that's the price to sales ratio, you divide the sales into the revenue, you get a price to sales ratio of only 0.4, which means Lukoil is relatively well priced right now. It's undervalued. It trades for an American investor OTC, which means over the counter. Lukoil is probably not the company that I would be investing in right now because there are better options available, but it comes in at number 10 based on revenue. The next one is U.S. oil giant Marathon Petroleum. Marathon is a refiner. It also supplies, transports, and sells petroleum products, and it has thousands of miles of petroleum pipelines. This is a great company, by the way, from a U.S. point of view. Very recently in August, Marathon sold Speedway, its 4,000 outlets, to Japan's 7-Eleven for $21 billion. And Marathon, over the trailing 12 months, gave us revenue of $102 billion, and it has a market cap of only $21 billion, giving you a price to sales ratio of 0.21. very attractively priced right now as a potential buy based on this particular metric only. And of course, there are many other things that we want to look at as well and investigate as we explore companies that we might want to invest some dollars into. But Marathon Petroleum would definitely be a candidate for investment based on this particular metric. Coming in at number 8, we have Chevron. Of course, Chevron is another US oil giant. This company has an upstream division involved in exploration, production of oil and natural gas, and a downstream operation which covers refining, transportation, and marketing. It is also involved in some other operations like chemical and mining, and non-energy like tech development. And for those of you who follow my Occidental videos, you will know that Chevron is one of the investors in the company that is the technology that drives Occidental's low carbon ventures. For trailing 12 months, as of the end of September, Chevron clocked in at $115 billion in revenue on a market cap of $147 billion, giving it a price to sales ratio of 1.28. If the price to sales ratio is greater than 1, that means the company is fairly valued or perhaps even overvalued. So Chevron obviously would not be a pick in terms of potential investment based on this particular one metric. Coming in at number 7 is French powerhouse, explorer, and producer of crude oil, natural gas, and low-carbon electricity and petrochemical products. It also has gas stations throughout Europe, the United States, and Africa. Total booked revenue of $146 billion on a market cap of $100 billion, giving it a price-to-sales ratio of 0.68. It is not very undervalued in terms of representing something that jumps at you as a buy right now. And for those of you who have been following my videos, you will know that I'm long Total, but I've been long for quite a while and watching it as the price has slowly been ticking upwards. So I kind of like Total, not right now, but rather at the price where I got in. Coming in at number 6 is another US powerhouse, Exxon Mobil. The petrochemical and petroleum company is also involved in electrical power generation through coal and minerals. In fact, Exxon is the second largest oil company in the world based on its market cap. But ironically, its market cap is 10 times smaller than first place Saudi Aramco. Exxon for the trailing 12 months booked revenue at $213 billion with a market cap of $161 billion. It has a price to sales ratio of 0.75, indicating it is reasonably fairly valued, slightly undervalued, based on this particular one metric. Coming in at number 5 is British giant BP. This is an oil and petrochemical exploration, production, and supply company that is also very active in producing and selling solar energy. BP booked revenue of $230 billion and has a market cap of only $70 billion with a price to sales ratio of 0.295. Based on this particular one metric, this is very, very much teed up as a potential buy for energy investors. You just need to do your homework and make sure that you know what you're getting into before you make an investment. But BP at this price certainly looks grossly undervalued. Coming in at number 4 is Royal Dutch Shell. This company, headquartered in the Netherlands, produces and refines petroleum and operates gas stations all over the world. It also sells fuels, lubricants, and other chemicals. Shell booked revenue of $263 billion and has a market cap of $109 billion, giving it a price to sales ratio of 0.41. It is undervalued, but there are arguably better energy companies available at lower prices that you could possibly invest into today. Coming in at number 3 is Saudi Aramco. So I mentioned this earlier because this is actually one of the largest companies in the world across all industries and sectors. In fact, it is just simply one of the largest corporations on the planet. Saudi Aramco booked revenue of $286 billion. It has a market cap of $1.9 trillion, giving it a price to sales ratio of 6.6. Anytime the price to sales ratio is greater than 1, that means the company is not really undervalued. In fact, in this particular instance, it is grossly overvalued. So not a possible candidate for investment for people who are looking for some undervalued energy stocks. Saudi Aramco, just for interest sake, trades on the tidal exchange, which is the Saudi stock exchange. Coming in at number 2, based on revenue, remember, is PetroChina, engaged in oil exploration, development, production, and sales. Its primary products include crude oil, petrochemical products, and derivatives. Exchange-listed branch of the Chinese state-owned China National Petroleum Corporation. It had revenue trailing 12 months of $320 billion on a market cap of only $59 billion, giving it a price-to-sales ratio of 0.19. It is currently listed on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm not sure how long this company will be listed on the New York Stock Exchange because President Trump and maybe the administration that follows, even if it's Trump himself, does not seem to be too keen on having Chinese companies listed on American exchanges. It is super cheap with its current price to sales ratio of 0.19, but I would not invest in this company with your money, let alone mine. Coming in at number 1, based on trailing 12 months of revenue, is China Petroleum and Chemical, another Chinese company. Its products include gasoline, diesel, kerosene, synthetic rubbers, resins, jet fuel, chemical fertilizers, and more. It is also known as Sinopec. It booked revenue of $355 billion and has a market cap of only $53 billion with a price to sales ratio of only 0.15. So it's actually even better price than its cousin on the previous page. It also trades on the New York Stock Exchange. I also don't know how long it will be trading on the New York Stock Exchange, but once again, I would not invest any money in this company, and in fact, I will not even invest your money in this company. So no thank you for number 1 and number 2, and potentially number 3, which is Saudi Aramco. Guys, that's a wrap on this. This is the top 10 in the world. Are you invested in any of these top 10 oil companies? If so, how about you share your investment thesis with the group for our mutual benefit and for our discussion and education purposes. As always, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so. I really appreciate that. And until next time, this is Mr. Oxy saying stay safe, take care, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.